Hello friends, Miss Brown here. My friends, hello, it's Miss Brown here. Hello friends, and Miss Brown here. You are in for a treat. I'm so excited. It looks like we are ready to go. Hello friends, Miss Brown here, and I found the most wonderful book for you in my library. I'm so excited to get started. But before we get started, you have to make sure you do one thing for me, and that is you gotta turn on those listening ears. And once you turn them on, that means that you're ready. The name of the book that we're reading today is called Harold and the Purple Crayon, and it is by Crockett Johnson. Let's get started. Harold and the Purple Crayon. One evening, after thinking it over for some time, Harold decided to go for a walk in the moonlight. There wasn't any moon, and Harold needed a moon for a walk in the moonlight. Of course, if you're walking in the moonlight, you need the moon, I get it. And he needed something to walk on. So here he is drawing the moon. Here he is drawing something to walk on. He made a long straight path so he wouldn't get lost. And he set off on his walk, taking his big purple crayon with him. Off he goes. But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere on the long straight path, so he left the path for a shortcut across a field, and the moon went with him. The shortcut led right to where Harold thought a forest ought to be. Ooh. He didn't want to get lost in the woods, so he made a very small forest with just one tree in it. Oh, wow. I want you to make a picture in your head. He's still drawing the tree. So I want you to make a picture in your head of what you think this finished tree is going to look like. And I'm going to show you it now. Okay. Did your tree look like this tree? So it turned out to be an apple tree. Did you know apples grew on trees? The apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they got red. I love red apples. So he put a frightening dragon under the tree to guard the apples. It was a terribly frightening dragon. It even frightened Harold. He backed away. His hand holding the purple crayon shook. Oh. Suddenly, he realized what was happening. But by then, Harold was over his head in an ocean. Wow, he had shaken his crayon to the point where he created these swiggly lines that turned into an ocean. He came up thinking fast, and in no time he was climbing aboard a trim little boat. He quickly set sail, and the moon sailed along with him. Wow, what an adventure. After he had sailed long enough, Harold made land without much trouble. He stepped ashore on the beach, wondering where he was. The sandy beach reminded Harold of picnics, and the thought of picnics made him hungry. So he laid out a nice, simple picnic lunch. I wonder what he's going to bring to this picnic. Wonder what's going to be on this blanket as food at this picnic. I want you to be thinking about that as well, because I'm about to show you. Was it this? Do you know what those are? Let's see. There was nothing but pie. But there were all 9 kinds of pie that Harold liked best. I love pie. When Harold finished his picnic, there was quite a lot left. He hated to see so much delicious pie go to waste. I'm noticing something in this picture. What do you think he's going to draw so that the pies don't go to waste? What are you noticing in that picture? Let's see. What did he draw? Let's read about it. So Harold left a very hungry moose and a deserving porcupine, to finish it up. And off he went, looking for a hill to climb to see where he was. There's that porcupine, there's that moose. I'm sure they're going to enjoy that pie. Harold knew that the higher up he went, the farther he could see, so he decided to make the hill into a mountain. If he went high enough, he thought, he could see the window of his bedroom. He was tired and he felt he ought to be getting to bed. He hoped he could see his bedroom window from the top of the mountain. Do you think he'll be able to see it up there? Let's see. But as he looked down over the other side, he slipped. And there wasn't any other side of the mountain. He was falling in thin air. Oh no, what's going to happen next, friends? I want you to be thinking about that. But luckily, he kept his wits and his purple crayon. He made a balloon and he grabbed onto it. Whew, that was a close one. And he made a basket under the balloon, big enough to stand in. He had a fine view from the balloon, but he couldn't see his window. He couldn't even see a house. Oh my goodness, I wonder how he's feeling. So he made a house with windows, and he landed the balloon on the grass in the front yard. Good idea. None of the windows was his window. He tried to think where his window ought to be. Where should his window be? He made some more windows. He made a big building full of windows. Wow. Look at all those windows. He made lots of buildings full of windows. He made a whole city full of windows. But none of the windows was his window. He couldn't think where it might be. Oh, Harold. He decided to ask a policeman. The policeman pointed the way Harold was going anyway, but Harold thanked him. And he walked along with the moon, wishing he was in his room and in bed. Then suddenly, Harold remembered. What did he remember? He remembered where his bedroom window was when there was a moon. It was always right around the moon. His window was, got it, that makes sense. And then Harold made his bed. He got in it and he drew up the covers. So he made a bed for himself and then he pulled up the covers. The purple crayon dropped on the floor and Harold dropped off to sleep. Say goodnight, Harold. Yeah. Good night, Harold. The end. Oh, friends, I sure hope that you enjoyed this book, Harold and the Purple Crayon. Oh my goodness, there were so many great parts of this book. I don't know if I could figure out which part was my favorite, but I sure will try. I think you should try too. What was your favorite part of the book? Tell your grown-up. I enjoyed the part where Harold drew the moose and the porcupine to eat the pie that he didn't want to leave behind. What a great way to not waste that pie by drawing those animals. What was your favorite part of the book? Well, friends, Until next time, I had the most wonderful time with you. Have the best day ever. Miss Brown, over and out. Goodbye.